Okay, well, apparently I'm live. So yeah, hi guys, and girls, if there is a girl. Let's be honest, though, probably not likely. Um, cool. So yeah, today we're going to be making, I'm hoping, a post-apocalyptic Earth kind of scene. Now I have been experimenting a little bit with it, so I've been cheating. I know the idea of these live streams was to not do any prep, but I was mucking around with something to do with planets. So yeah, I cheated, but hey. In terms of what sort of thing I want to go for, if we look for like a destroyed Earth, that might, yeah, we're getting the kind of idea here. Something smashed up and broken. Probably not like any of these. I've kind of got my own mind of what it should look like, but some sort of like post-apocalyptic dead planet. Um, but we'll come back and look at the the possibilities a bit later. But first, before we can destroy the Earth, we need to build it. So let's make a start doing that, I guess. I'm going to add in a UV sphere. No big surprise there. Now, scale isn't important because there's no way we're going to work to a realistic scale. That would be ludicrous. What I am going to do, though, is scale it up by 10 times. And that'll just make it a bit easier to get the focal length of the camera right if we want to do like a close-up shot and have the Earth not look too curved. Cool, so we've got our sphere. With that done, I'm going to tab into edit mode and let's subdivide it up a bit, shall we? That should be about right. I want it as smooth as possible. Now, I don't think you have to do this anymore, but previously you'd also want to go to sphere and make sure that it was perfectly sphere. It looks like they fixed it now because that doesn't seem to do anything. Cool. And we'll shade smooth. So let's jump over to shading. Like so. And I guess we should set up some lights. I'm also going to, let me just join that to that. Vertical split there. And we'll make this our node window. There we go. If someone could do me the honor of typing something so I can make sure that this is actually working, that would be ideal. Because yeah, it's kind of hard to tell sometimes. And new shader. We'll worry about the shading later. So yeah, lighting. Lighting's where we want to start. So let's jump over to rendered mode. And we'll add in a sun. And what I'll do is I'll add a constraint to the sun. So it has a... Is it a damped track I want? Yeah, so now as I move the sun around, it will stay facing at the planet. Hi from Poland, really like your content. Good luck with Apocalypse Earth. Thank you. And thanks for the others for confirming that my stream's working. Always a bonus. Cool. So we've got our sunlight here. Now what I like to do for the sun is use a black body and then set it to about 5,000. That's roughly the temperature of the sun, I think. Thereabouts. Maybe 4 or 5. But yeah, as you kind of go through the scale, you just kind of get quite realistic looking sun colours. So I'll leave it on 5,000 for now. And what we'll do is we'll grab our background and turn that practically off. I'm going to leave it up just a little bit to help us out later. And yeah, we've kind of got a planet going. Sweet. So with the planet selected, we'll call this our planet surface material, spelled incorrectly. And I've just realised I think my scaling is off. That must be a nightmare to see. There we go. That should be a bit better now. Show menus. Now I've got the menus there. Cool. Yeah, so let's get a couple of textures in. I already downloaded a bunch of the typical NASA ones. I didn't go for super high res because I couldn't be bothered with the performance issues. We won't need any of these. Well, no, I might make use of the specular map. We'll need the clouds later. What's that? Ah, I know what that is. That's a kind of height map, including the oceans. That will come in useful too. And yeah, might as well use the normals. Cool. So, brought in a bunch of textures, and now we'll grab this colour one and feed that in there. Hey, and we're finished. Thanks for tuning in. Cool. So, yeah, the sphere now has, I can't remember what version, but as of some version, it has a UV map built in, so you don't have to do anything, which is awesome. We'll keep that out of the way for now. This is the specular map, so we'll set that to non-colour, but I'm not going to actually make use of it yet, because our texture's not going to look anything like this when we're done with it. I'm just getting the basic setup in place. This is the normal map, so we need that chap, and we'll feed that in there. And just as a first little minor adjustment to our map, I'm going to kind of brown it up a little, because that's the sort of thing we're going to go for. And whack the roughness up. Okay, so we've got a basic sort of material going to give us a start. Okay. Right, so one of the key things I want in this scene is like a big impact. Yeah, like a giant meteor hit or something like that. Something like world ending, you know? So, we're going to use a boolean, which could really backfire, but we'll see how it goes. Cool. So I've added in a cylinder. So move to wireframe. Let's rotate that about. And then I'll grab these vertices, move them over here and scale them up. And you probably have a rough idea of what I'm doing now. Cool. Let's just try and make sure the geometry on this is relatively even, because I'm going to be using a displace on it in a minute. So just pressing I to inset these bits. Not very accurately, apparently. Let me just hide that so we can focus on this for a minute. Add in an appropriate amount of loops, something like that. And then we'll just grab this final face and do the same. Just inset it a couple of times. Cool. Now what we'll do is we'll jump over to the modifier stack. And because I kept forgetting, I'm just going to have a look at the comments. I finally didn't forget your stream. Sun temp is 5778. Thank you, Dot. You know what? I'm gonna put that in, because why not? Trust you to know the sun temp. 5778. There we go. Thanks very much. Okay, jumping over to the modifier again, I'm going to add in a subdivision and a displace, and then we'll create a new displacement texture. And yes, I should be doing this in geometry nodes, because it's going to replace all these sort of operations eventually, but yeah, I'm not going to. And up the subdiv a bit. And yeah, now it's just time to start messing with our shape. Let me apply the scale, actually, make sure it's good. Messy. Now we don't want to go too high on the subdiv, or when we come to the boolean it will explode. In fact, if I can get away with one, that would be even better. So I'm going to leave it on that. And let's just have a quick play with the scale. Okay. Sweet. Let's bring back the old planet, and then I'm just going to move that a little bit further in, and in theory we should now be able to shift select the sphere, press Control number pad minus. Hey, that's shite, but it's a start. Yeah, we'll just move this around until we get something that we like. I'm not quite sure why it's giving us these kind of blobby bits in the middle, but that's booleans for you. We'll just find... Yeah, I think that'll work. Now we can turn down the displacement strength a little. I think that'll work for us. Let me just shade the object smooth. I also want to give it a material, which we'll call surface inner planet or something. Because, yeah, when you do a boolean, the bit that's cut out will get the material assigned from the boolean object, not the one that's on the sphere. So all of this will have our planet surface. In fact, I'll jump to render mode because that will demonstrate. Yeah, so that's all got our surface, but this is being the material it's using is this new one. See? Cool. And yeah, I think for the shape that one about doing that might be a bit extreme, actually, mightn't it? What do people think? I may use auto smooth. I'm kind of concerned about how good that'll look without a bevel, which I'm obviously not going to throw in. But let's have a look. I've actually used that. Ew. Why are you doing that? Maybe I didn't want an auto smooth on that. Nope, don't like auto smooth. Go away. Thank you. I might revisit that later. Cool. So let's get back to shading because that's the meat and potatoes of the tutorial today. It's going to rotate around our objects a little bit. In fact, if I I'm just going to move it myself. Nice, because the origin's right in the middle. It just does that. Sweet. Cool. So let's go back to front view. I should probably set up a camera at some point. Be helpful. Sounds to look like a really shit Death Star, isn't it? Cool. So yeah, while I'm thinking about it, let's get in a camera and we'll go for a square render, I guess. And something like that. But what I will do is up the sensor to something ridiculous, because that just gives a slightly more spacey sort of look. Cool. And we'll jump back over to rendered mode. And yeah, start working on our materials, I guess. What I'll do to make things easier for myself is I'll grab the planet and I'll assign that material, not assign, but list that material so now I can jump between the two without having to touch the Boolean object. And I'm not applying that yet because, yeah, it might, we might want to make some changes later because at the moment it looks a bit shit. Cool. So for now, I'm just going to set that to something that's not so distracting. There we go. And let's start working on our Earth. I also want to get the sun a little bit more. What's the word I'm looking for? Rotate it around this way a little. Oh, this will not be our only lighting. I will do something else with it a little later. But right now I just want to focus on the materials. Cool. So one of the maps I imported is this little chap here, which is like, it's a, oh God, it's a height map that is hopefully mapped correctly. Let me just jump between that and that. Yeah, close enough. Which includes the dips in the ocean and stuff. I don't think it's particularly accurate. It looks like it's been kind of bodged together by different sources. In fact, if anyone wants to try and find a better version of this map, like a height map that includes terrain and the oceans, feel free to have a look and link, because that would be awesome, because this one sucks. But the idea here is for me to use it to displace the surface a little bit. But what I'm going to do is save, because I have a feeling crashes are in our future. Cool. So what we'll do is we'll go over to experimental mode. I'm going to be an idiot and I'm going to try using adaptive displacement in a live stream. That's just a bad combination because it does cause crashing on occasion. But I'll set that up a little bit and make sure that the material is set to do displacement and bump. And then I can just add in a displacement like so. Feed that in there. And then we should be able to grab in a multiply here. So we have some control over it. Nice. So we want the strength to come down a bit, I think. Yeah. And it's exaggerated, but that's kind of what we want, I think. I don't think I like it. You have a look at. Yeah. Now, one thing you will notice is the mid level needs adjustment. You notice how it's shrinking it in. So if I set that to 0, that'll probably fix it. Yeah. Then we've got a how high would these bits be if this was to scale? Yeah, they'd be big. So maybe a little bit less. And yes, I love the black body node. It's good. I use it for all my interior lighting as well. Unless I'm doing like colourful Philips Hue sort of stuff. But cool. Okay, so we've got a bit of displacement going on there. I think I will look for a better map though. That one's just shite. I was supposed to have a look at it prior to this starting, but guess who forgot? I'll give you a clue. It was me. Cool. Now, one thing I do want to do, because we've got this whole kind of everything looking the same sort of colour, is at some point I'm going to be using the specular map to change the material based on whether it used to be an ocean or it used to be land, yeah? Because otherwise it's just, I don't know, it's all kind of like the same, isn't it? But we'll experiment with that as we go. First, though, let's try and make a start on our, whatever you want to call that, pit of ugly doom. Yes, that's what it will be known as from now on. Cool. So what I'm going to do is grab... what do I want? I want a material. So I'm going to use the awesome new Polygon add-on. This stream is not sponsored by Polygon, by the way. And then I'll go to textures, ground, I guess. Rock. I just want something rocky. I'm sure I purchased some of these already. Aha! I purchased that one. Let's grab it. That'll do fine. So just hit download on that. Now, because I don't want the material to directly apply to anything, I'm just going to click away from the object and hit import. And that's loaded it into memory, and then we can jump back to shading, and then I can grab that rock. Cool. Now, the material isn't the only thing that gets transferred over from the Boolean object. The UVs do as well. So let's just do a smart UV project on that. I might have to go in and do an actual unwrap, but we'll try and be lazy. Lazy is always better. True story. I just realised I added that rock material into here, didn't I? Here, go away. Because it's actually that material we want it in. So let me add in the group. Let's make sure the mapping looks okay. Yeah. That's not too shabby. So what I'll do now is we'll probably darken it up a little bit. Because the sun's catching it, that's not really ideal. So I'm probably going to end up having to move that sun again. So let's do that and just grab it over here. Because we want that bit to look kind of gloomy and grim. Cool. And I'm also going to move this Boolean object around just a little bit more. Maybe if I could put it on the other side, actually. Now, yes, it will disappear, but I have an idea. So let's add in a point light. Try and make sure it's kind of in the hole. Like so. And that looks god awful, doesn't it? Oh well. It's a start. And then let's use the black body again. Make it a little bit hotter. Something like that. Yeah, we'll come back to it. Okie dokie. So, jumping to our surface again. What can we do to make this more interesting? Well, first thing I want to do is slightly change the colour. In fact, I'll grab a hue saturation node. Like so. And then we'll grab this specular map and use that as the factor. So then when I change anything on here... Oh, it'll change the ocean parts. Yeah, cool. That's what we want. So if I were to like lower the saturation to 0... Not what I'm going to do, but that's a point of demonstrating. And maybe darken it a bit. Just want it to still be very obvious that it's the planet. We're getting no displacement in here, are we? Nothing whatsoever. Yuck. Is there supposed to be? Where's that map gone? Yeah. Why aren't we seeing displacement? Okay, maybe we need to exaggerate the displacement or treat the displacement separately for the two parts. Yeah? Okay, that I can do. That I can do. So, we will... I turn that to an add node. No. Sorry, my brain's trying to think what I want to do here. So we want to have different amounts depending on the specularity, and I don't really want to use a color mix, but that's the easy way. Screw it. Okay. So we're going to mix based on the specular map, add in 2 different multiply values like that, and yeah, see how it goes. So now I should be able to increase this one, and it will only affect the ocean. Hey, that's not bad actually. Just need to draw it in. So we'll grab a add minus 0.5, I guess. Minus 0.45. Minus 0.4. Minus 0.3. Hey. Yeah, the texture's just not good enough, is it? Oh well, we're going to mix in some other textures anyway, so I don't think it will be a massive issue. I'm just going to put that there. I apologise if this is looking like a mess. I promise I'm normally neater, honest. Okay, let's have a look for some cool, like, lava-y sort of textures that we can use to start to blend in a little to our planet. So, lava. Maybe lava's not like a stream texture. These are all way too close. Oh, actually, that could be kind of cool if it was a texture, which it's not. Who can suggest a good lava texture? Somebody, anyone. Find me a good lava texture that will be suitable for this sort of scale. Because, alas, we don't have one on Polygon, I'm sure of that. We've just got the one lava texture, and that's more for close-ups. You never know, actually. We might be able to make that one work. Lava cracked medium. Okay. Okay. Wait for it to download. So yeah, what I'm going to do is map that around the sphere and then use like probably a mixture of noise textures and maybe a painted mask. I'm not sure yet. Just to get it to come in where it is appropriate. Still one from Minecraft. It's probably not a bad idea. Do you know I don't play Minecraft? Like, not at all. I've never touched it. My youngest is obsessed with it at the moment. What was she telling me just before I came up here to start the stream? Yeah, she's got a anime character as her skin, Nezuko from Dragon Slayer. I don't even know what that is, but that's what she said. But yeah, she loves Minecraft. Me, no. Though, someone who works for Polygon, Patrick, is the developer behind MC Prep, which apparently is used a lot by the Minecraft community. I don't know. Again, don't play it. Cool. Okay, so we've got our material downloaded. So I'm just going to import that and then jump back over to shading and then grab the group from there. And now let's have a look at mapping. Texture coordinate. UV base color. Yeah, perfect. Not. Okay, so we'll scale that up a little smidge. Yeah, something like that could work. Obviously, we'll want to make the lava emit. But yeah, that could work. Cool. So now it's just a matter of deciding when that happens. Now, anyone that knows me knows I hate using mix shaders. I find it a really lazy way of doing things, and it makes displacement kind of unpredictable. I prefer to mix via the what do you call it? The different PBR channels prior to going into the shader. And I've got a little mixing node group that I use for that. So what we're going to do is make some room like so. And I'll drop this in, I don't know. The hell's this? Oh, that's the mixing. So, yeah, let me just zoom in a bit so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to connect the textures that I need. So, base color, roughness, probably normal. That's probably all. Oh, has it got a transmission one as well? Does that work? It doesn't. Shocker. Cool. The lava is one of the older polygon materials, so I don't think it follows our new standard, but we'll be able to get past that. That's fine. So we're just going to use the base color, the roughness, and the normal. And then we'll feed in the base color from here with the normal map from here. Where's it going? Thank you. And I suppose we don't even need the roughness at this sort of scale, do we? No, we'll just set a generic roughness. So it's only 2 channels. I really didn't need to use this. You know what? Screw it. I'm just going to make it simpler. Cool. So we're using we'll mix the base color there. And we'll mix the normals. Probably shouldn't mix normals like this, but who cares? Bunk. And bunk. And then in theory, as I change... just dumping a value for now to test. But it should be... cool. So 1 gives us our planet, and 0 gives us our lava. Sweet. So now we can start doing something interesting to make a mask to blend those in where appropriate. So let's start with a noise texture, because that's the nice lazy approach. Make this a bit easier to see. So the white is going to be earth, and the black will be lava. I suppose we should probably just preview this on the texture. It'd be a bit easier to see what we're doing. Oh god, that looks awful. Hideous. Okay, so if we want more white and less lava, we'll move it out that way. Nope. Other way, Bill. Yeah, that'll be a start. We're definitely going to need to back this up with some what do you call it? Painting mask or some other textures. Not sure yet. But one cool thing I want to show you, because this thing was really new to me only, what, 6 months ago. Someone at work showed me a really cool way to get textures to blend. Because you see here, it's like the typical noise fade. It just looks absolute shite. But if you grab a color mix and change it to color burn, and then add in a color ramp for adjustment, what we'll do is we'll take the original mask, the noise texture, and then we'll pick the probably the color from the lava and start to have a look at the mask. Let's see what we can do with this. Don't think there's enough definition in the actual texture to pull this off. Ugh. I wanted to show you a cool trick and it's not doing it. You can see it's kind of doing it, but not what I wanted it to do at all. Me not liking. That's starting, I guess. Okay, take my word for it. On other textures, they've got more detail in them. That works so well. It's just not doing it. Let me maybe invert those over. Nope. This is just not having it. It's not useful at all. Yeah, I'm not liking this route. I think we're going down a path that is not going to be useful. Okay, right. That's fine. That is fine. That happens. Sometimes you've just got to accept when something is not working, and that is not working in the slightest. So, cool. Right, we need to lower that displacement now. I'm looking at it again. So let me... It's the ground one, I guess. So. What's the difference in the ocean one? Yeah, that'll do. Okay. No, it won't, because I've made the sea higher than the ground, which is just not going to work. I'm still annoyed that this texture's no good. Is there anything we can do, actually? We just grab a crab. Have a wee look at that for a second. It's actually over the oceans. I want to see if I can kind of make it more stand outy, for lack of a better word. Maybe if I feed that into there instead, that would give us a bit more definition along our oceans. No, it's just shit, isn't it? It's just a crap texture. Sometimes you can only get as far as you can get with a shit texture. True story. Okay. Tell you what I'm going to do now. I'm going to add in some clouds because I want to see how much effort we actually need to put into the surface, because that really was not working well. So I'll grab another UV sphere and we'll just scale that up to be obviously big enough to encompass the planet, but not too much more. That should work. And I'll just do the same and subdivide that a couple of times. And we'll call the material for this planet clouds lower. I don't know if we'll be doing upper clouds, but in case we do. Awesome. And shade smooth. And I'm going to bring in the texture that we saw earlier. The clouds. It's a nice, easy to use cloud texture. And we'll just use that as a mask to blend between a diffuse and transparent. And we'll want the diffuse at the bottom. And then we'll add in a mix shader. Now you could use a principled shader here and do it via the settings there, but I don't think we need that for the cloud layer. In fact, where I got the idea to even do this tutorial was I was messing around with clouds. I was trying to figure out a way of getting geometry nodes to work with clouds. You might have seen it on my Twitter, but no, I am not smart enough to make it work. You're not watching Erindale here. You're watching Bill. And let's just get a camera view and get some clouds that kind of work. It's not bad. And it certainly hides some of the crap surface, doesn't it? So yeah, what do people think? What? Oh, guess what? I got the Dolly invite today. Did you get one? I did. I got one. Must be last week. I've not had a chance to use it yet. I've been like crazy busy, but yeah, I'm definitely planning to. I did have a go at Mid Journey. That had some awesome, awesome results. Oh, I need a mute button, don't I? Okay, so what are people's opinions on this? Do we think the crater needs to be more around the dark side over here, maybe? Or what? I am open to suggestions. I'm still thinking it might need to be smaller, which is a real pain in the arse, if I'm honest. Maybe a second one. Yeah, that's what this needs. It needs more. More things and stuff. No. Cancel that. I'm just going to duplicate the object and I'll rotate that around and add that into the boolean, I guess. In fact, I'll do it properly. Why haven't I got... Oh, clicking on the cloud, that's why. Okay, so I'm going to change this from object to collection. And then I'm going to grab both the booleans and move to a new collection called, funnily enough, booleans. And then we'll select that collection as a boolean thing. Hey, and it kind of works. Oh, I like that actually. Yeah, that is not bad. Ooh, the performances though. I was actually looking without the. Let me just hide the clouds. Fat, even better. Oh, make it wire. We can see through. That's pretty cool. Oh, it even links in. Oh, nice. It's like booling the two together. Nice. Yeah. That Earth is ruined. Cool. Okay. Okay. Just reading some comments here. Yeah. I was thinking the clouds too. I don't know. I'll have a little look. But yeah, I don't think they'd be perfectly normal clouds. And what caused the crater? I don't know. Boris Johnson. Is that an acceptable answer? And yeah, thank you. It's not looking too bad, is it? It's getting there. Okay, let's get the other elements in, and then we can start playing a little bit. So we need the what do you call it? I can never remember the term. The scattering Riley, Ronald, something scattering. So UV sphere again. Scale it up to about there. And once again, subdivide it a couple of times. And shade smooth. And set that to wireframe as well. And we're getting a material for that one, aren't we? That would help, I imagine. Okay, things are getting a bit disorganized here. Let me just sort this crap out. So, camera, that can stay called a camera. We'll call that core, lamp, core, planet, surface, planet, clouds, planet. Still can't remember exactly what the scattering is called. I'll just call it scattering. And sun. Okay. Now I know what I'm doing. Awesome. Go away. And we'll create a new... Oh, crap. Did I misname it? No, I just picked the wrong one because I'm an idiot. Cool. And we'll call this... planet... scattering. And then... Let's see what we can do. Now, what I'd like to do is just use, like, scattering. Because that could look pretty cool. But the problem is it kind of doesn't look particularly great over this bit. It looks good there. And if memory serves me, you can't use like a layer weight on the density. It just doesn't work. I'm assuming. Yeah, because I was thinking like if we use like a blend like that, so we're just getting it there and feed that into the density, that would be enough. But then you just don't see it. It doesn't matter if you multiply it, I don't think. Multiply it by 50. 5,000. Yeah, it's not doing it. So that don't work. I don't think... I think it's just because of the way volume works. Anyone got any suggestions on that? Oh, anim player. Thank you, Blender Pete. I don't know what the shortcut is for that, but I must press it a lot. Oh, it's space. There you go. I need to change that. So yeah, I don't think volume is the way to go. Or at least not for this part. I actually might create a bit of volume inside, because that will help the light kind of spread. But we'll do that afterwards. So instead, we're going to have to fake it. We're going to use then let's just try a diffuse shader to start with. Because we don't want to use an emission necessarily, because then the dark side of the planet will be caught by the... we'll still be getting the emission even from the dark side of the planet. I can't be asked mucking around with normals and stuff. So I'm going to try this. I'm just going to grab a diffuse shader and mix it. Grab in a layer weight, I guess. Like so. And then we can... I suppose I can take that value and multiply it by the layer weight, and then we'll have control over that. Is that working? Have I done this backwards? I have, haven't I? Ugh. Come on, idiot boy. Just want to swap those over then, and then it will all be fine. The world will be happy. No. Yeah. I don't really like it. We'll give it a slight orangey kind of glow. No, that's crap. Oh, why can't I remember? There was a great method on the what was it called? Gleb Alexandrov and A.D. Burrows space thing, whatever that was called. They had a really good method for what I'm trying to do now that was way better than what I'm doing. Way better. Let me just shrink that down a bit. What do you think? Is this vaguely passable? Yeah. I really can't think of any way to make it any better. And I could do it as a separate compositing layer so we can like blow it out a little bit in compositing. Yeah, we'll call that acceptable for now, I guess. Yeah, cool. Now, one thing I do want to try is what idea popped into my head while we were doing that, which is to create like I'll just use another sphere, and we'll scale. Am I in edit mode? Yeah, scale that up to about well, there, and we'll give this a planet inner volume, and then add in a volume scatter, and yeah, just lower it, I guess. Quite as awesome as I'd hoped. And again, it is a volume. We might just have to wait for it to render out to get the true kind of look. I don't know. She just seems to be darkening it rather than anything else. Maybe counter it with whacking the light up a little bit. No, yeah. Maybe a noise texture. That sort of size. A value. And the math node. And multiply the value by the noise texture. And feed that into density. Get rid of the viewer. It might look better in the render. I don't know. We'll leave it in, and we'll see how it goes from there. Cool. Okay, I'm actually going to run a quick render on this because I want to see how it's progressing. So let's turn that down a smidge. And let's go to light paths. We really don't need many of these. I'm going to set diffuse to 1, glossy to 1, at 0. Volume up, maybe? There's no sodding difference whatsoever. Nope. Okay, fair enough. Just a little bit of bounce. And transmission for transparency I will whack up though, because we're using clouds, maybe some other layers of clouds. Cool. Caustics get lost. And I also wanted to I suppose 1 will be okay. Okay, we'll hit render and we'll see how long it takes. If it's going to be god awful, I'll just lower the quality. Okay. I'm going to attempt to mute for a second so I can cough my guts. Oh. Hey, much better. Come on, 3090, do your thing. Meh. That's pretty much how I'm feeling about this at the moment. I do think Dot was right, though. I think we want to make sure there's no clouds around the... whatever this is. The Boris crater. Yeah, okay, cool. Well, let me start then by just grabbing the appropriate sphere. And we'll just see if we can do it with just rotating. And if not, we'll get creative. No, I think we're going to need some sort of like boundary to get rid of it, aren't we? Yeah, okay. Let's jump into the clouds then, and I'll add in a, what do you call it? Another layer weight. We just want to subtract, or just multiply the result, that'll be fine. Sweet. Okie dokie. So we'll do something like that. And then grab ourselves a math node and just multiply it by that. And then our cloud should look something like that. Yeah, probably be fine. Yeah. Yeah, we can always kind of improve upon that, can't we? I'm still annoyed about this Rayleigh scattering thing, or whatever it's called. I think the way to do it is, well, the way to fake it is an emission shader, and then do something with the normals to stop. I really can't remember. Okay, well, we'll just figure it out through trial and error, because that's fun, right? Everyone likes that. Planet scattering. Why is my scattering... I'm getting confused now. How can these both have the same material? Am I being completely stupid here? I'm in edit mode. Ugh. Right, I was being stupid. So let's delete that. Instead, we'll grab a emission shader and dump that in there, and set it to an orangey color. Ooh. And then I'll grab the, what do you call it? A normal thing. A dot product, is it? But, oh, I'm definitely not going for scientifically correct. As long as it's like vaguely sphere shaped at the end, I'll count that as a win. Normal? That's not right, is it? Oh, where's the little... I'm sure it's those circly things, but what do you feed into it? I can't remember. Geometry... Normal? Dot? Hey! Now, I know there is some math to get it to automatically work with the sun, but it's not happening. It's just not happening. Okay, so feed that into there, and then we only get it on that side. And that didn't work for shit, did it? What? Am I being purposely stupid here? Wait a minute. Got this backwards, haven't I? Nope. Oh my god, what am I doing? My mask could not like me. Vector math. Okay. Vector. Vector math. Set it to dot product. Hello? And then, yeah, and then do what? Do we get in there? Is it in? Oh, nope. Is it texture coordinates but based on the sun object? Maybe? And then grab that normal? Nope. Blender Pete. What are you doing, man? You're sending me down a path that's not working. And I'm 99% sure it's my fault. Maybe the other way around? Hmm. Okay, I'll leave that there for when you get back to me and correct me on how stupid I am. Okay, so white is the bit that turns glowy. So why the hell would there be glowy around there? What really obvious thing am I missing here? Because I'm missing something. Why is that glowy? I don't get it. I don't get why that's glowy. Let me just have a look at this on its own. Yeah, I don't get that. Hmm. Why would there be glow there? That makes no sense. Is that a bug? Is this a bug? Am I looking at a bug right now? Hmm. See, in my head that would really work, but it clearly isn't. What the fucking bitch? Stretch? Nope. Hmm. Me don't like. Me think this is stupid. I'm still so confused though, because that really should work, shouldn't it? Is it because do I need to clamp it? Nope. Hmm. Okay. Okay. New idea. Oh, come on. How would that not work? Now you're just at it, buddy. Oh. Hello. Hello. Is that going to actually work? That is so weird, though. And obviously, that isn't going to look good at all. What if I use an add shade? No. It's crazy talk, though. That is so weird, though, isn't it? Or I'm so weird, one of the two. Hmm. If I bring everything back, does that... It kind of works. Sort of. Um, it, if you're following, if you ever follow along, don't do what I'm doing because it's clearly not the right thing. Yeah, I'm going to call that good enough. I think. Um, because I can't figure it out. It's. I'd say it's more than a little bit weird. I'd say it's a complete pile of shite. But yeah, that's about par for the course with my videos, isn't it? So yeah, I'm actually going to. I've decided to go 16 by 9 on this because I want to see some of the spaciness. Uh, mm, yeah. Cool. Let's find ourselves a cool spacey HDR. Okay, Blender Pete. Basically, the scattering effect that you get in the normal Earth. So basically, from the direction that the sun's coming from, I would like it to have this kind of look, but without it having it on the dark side. And I could have sworn this is what that would be, but apparently not. I don't even know why the clamping value is doing that. It's so weird. So confused. Did I just figure something out? I think I did. I think I did. Unless it looks god awful when you add in the red. Oh no, I think that works. No, it's doing that kind of colour burn thing. Here, isn't it? It's subtracting away from it. Would an add shader work like a colour add does? Hmm. If I just add that but don't have anything in there, will it just take the... Well, that clearly ain't right. Oh, I'd need to multiply it by that. But yeah. No, because it hasn't got any transparency, has it? And I can't just... No, it looks even worse. Yuck! I'll see if you have any ideas, Blender Pete, because that is not what I am after at all. They look identical. Good to know. Okay, I'm moving on from this because this must be boring as hell to watch. We'll pretend that little bluey subtraction there is what we intended, yeah? In fact, no. You know what? I'll leave that there for now. If there's time, we'll come back to it, but if not, then we'll just continue with what we were doing before, which is kind of that, which it really kind of does the job, doesn't it? We just mess with the mask a little bit. Yeah, we'll leave that out there. Cool. So I want to find space HDR. You like the blue, do you? Maybe I should have kept the blue. Free. Does Polygon have any? I should probably check. Space. Space. HDRs. No, it doesn't. Cool. Does anyone get the space reference? I was being that little robot in. Is it Portal 2? Adobe stock. Space at Starfield. Free HDRI. Well, to be fair, I could make that using a noise texture. I was after something a little bit more exciting. Ugh. I've lost them now, but I used to have this really cool collection that I ripped from EVE Online, all of their HDR backdrops and whatnot. They were awesome, and I've lost them in a computer rebuild. Ew. It doesn't strictly have to be a HDR, I suppose. We could just get a nice space backdrop, couldn't we? Since it's we've chosen our angle. Yeah, okay. Starfield with Nebula. Well, if you can be bothered for it on Dropbox and it's worth using, feel free to and send me a link. But if not, then we'll definitely find something. Ooh. Oh, please say that's available in high res because I like it, and we could change up the hue and everything, can't we? Nice. So, thank you, Rick. Thank you, random person on the internet. Save as. Do, 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 do. And then we'll just do an old import images as which I don't have enabled, of course I don't. That would be too easy. Images plain, textures. That chap. Scale. I do believe you're meant to be in a mission, are you not? Thank you. Move it back. Yeah. El Cheapo version, and it works great. Love it. Love it. So now we'll just have a little play with this, maybe. Mix it with another one. Throw in a starfield of our own, make it a bit more high res. Not sure yet. What sort of colours do we like? Ooh. Thinking something like that, but desaturated a bit. Get some of the gloominess going. Yeah, that's not too bad. And we can also grab a... What's the best way to do a starfield? I know it's not a noise texture. It's one of those textures you can get like perfect little circles from, but I don't remember who it is. Is it you? Any procedural people out there that knows how to get a good perfect circle? Is it this one? No, don't worry. I'll just do it with textures. It's fine. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. I'm using a noise texture. I can't be. There's been far too much of me looking at the screen with a confused look on my face in this live stream. Way too much for my liking. And whoop. Hey, perfect stars. Terrible. Okay. Oh, went the wrong way there. Yeah. They're kind of starry, aren't they? Why can't I remember the act? There's a. I swear it's like a. Is it it's not Musgrave, is it? Don't be that guy, Blender Pete. Don't be that guy. Yes, it's got an atmosphere. The few billionaires that are still left on the planet have generated it artificially. So there. You're quite right, though. It probably wouldn't. Cool. Right. So start. Kind of a starfield. I don't know. Surely, if we just. I'm sure there'd be a lot of fallout. So, Dot, is your like actual name Dot? Is that what you go by normally? I've always known you as your other Twitter handle, which I won't say, but I like the name Dot. It's fun. Okay, I'm just going to kind of mix these together and see what happens, I guess. In fact, I'll use a screen. Grab that. Kind of bring in the nebula as much as I want then. Yeah, that don't look too bad, does it? Definitely need to do some work with the colour, though. Is it too saturated, you think, or just the wrong hue? Hmm. I'll fix it in post. That's the thing to do, isn't it? Cool. Another thing I'd like to kind of do is maybe I'll just duplicate this plane actually and move it in front of the camera and then give it a new material. We'll get rid of my star field and we're going to mix shader inner transparency. This might not work, by the way. This might have got awful, but I felt like trying it. Maybe make this less saturated. Maybe give it the laziest way to make colours behave. That's pretty cool, right? Isn't it? Just agree. Thanks. This one, but I'm going to give it a try. Colour, kind of brownish. There's a real mood here, isn't there? And that mood is brown. How'd your live stream go? Brown. Oh, it's definitely a mood, though, isn't it? Yeah. I'm still not liking the clouds. I'm just gonna. I want more cloud density in view around here. Yeah. Hey, since some of the stuff I want to do is going to be at the compositing level, let's do a quick render and play in there. What do I want? I want cryptomat material object. Does cryptomat recognize transparency, or does it let you? Does it ignore transparency? I don't know. Oh well, I guess we'll find out. Color creates contrast to the dead planet. You know what? I think I agree. It's the background one. It's that one. Let me just value that up a little. That, and then saturate it a little bit more. Something kind of like that, maybe? I want to get rid of that annoying, ugly star, though, that's kind of there. Ah. Ah. No. Yeah, I need to scale that up out of the way. And then move that a little bit. Too much now, isn't it? Oh, you're not going to make me do actual, like, fixing of things, are you, Blender? Because I really don't want to, buddy. I really don't. How did I have it before? I've ruined it. I've ruined it. Is it about there? No. E. That's where it was. God, I need to get rid of that stupid sun, and I can't be asked to edit it. Fix it in post. Yeah, cool. Okay, so I'm going to try the object. Yeah, the object. No, the material. And pray to God it works, but we'll soon see, I guess. Let me just re-render that bad boy. Stop asking for more colours. I want my brown. I'm in a brown sort of mood. No, I agree. We need to liven it up a bit. God, those stars look god awful. Yeah, we might need to go and find a starfield. Might take you up on that starfield, Dot. Is that rented already? Okay, cool. Don't complain. Don't complain. Boom. So, how do you even use Cryptomat these days? Bunk. Ugh. I can't really tell what it's doing. So, is the green the cloud? Well, that don't look right, does it? Cryptomat, you suck. I just kind of want the... where's the zoomy thing? So can I select my... It like literally can't see my, what do you call it, the scattering layer. You suck. A new flag. Um, crap. Crap, crap, crap. And I've broken this somehow. Why? Maybe if I zoom in more. Surely that's the scattering there. Come on. No. Okay, let me try it with an object then. That should be able to find it. That's the first thing I wanted to do was blow out the, what do you call it there? The scattering. The atmosphere that shouldn't be there. When in doubt, try something else. One thing I changed on my setup for this week because I was having real trouble reading the comments and whatnot. So I got an arm from my tablet that I'm using as like a wireless second monitor, and yeah, me like you'd live there. Why not? Okay. Are you gonna be nice now? So this is now the object mode, and it don't look no different to me. In fact, it looks worse. Oh, you son of a! Oh, I can't be asked messing around with like actually rendering out different layers and stuff, because that just doesn't sound fun at all. Son of a bitch. That is really disappointing, actually. I wanted to play Blades. I wonder if it's probably not helping that I've got this stupid plane sitting in front of it that's going to be confusing it, I guess. Let me have a look at the scattering again. So why wouldn't I be able to see that? I don't understand. Come on, Blender, explain it to me like I was two. Yeah, it's the outermost object. I don't get it. It makes no sense. See, if it was an emission, it would be easy, because then I could do a separate emission pass. It would be the only thing showing. And then all would be right with the world. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this forward layer, because that is something we can actually just add in at the end, isn't it? In compositing. And maybe that will let me see it? Maybe it's just getting confused because it's looking through something to get to it? Render. And no, I didn't see a link. Or if I did, I'm stupid. Which is definitely possible. Right. Last chance, stupid render. Oh, you son of a... If I pick everything else and subtract it, will that work? Dune, the planet, and... I saw clouds. Don't you start. No, that's not going to work, is it? That's not even going to slightly work. Nope, Cryptomat's not coming to the rescue for us today. That sucks. No worries, thanks for trying though. Oh, I'm really annoyed about that. Oh well, may as well bring that back, I guess, and find its material. Is that roughly in the right place? It's about, what, there? Maybe a bit smaller. So we're going to have to do this at the material level, people. Stars doing my nutting. Okay, your go ingredient. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Now we can just trim it, I'm assuming. Yeah. Oh, maybe some drink. Oh my god, it's 8:30 already. You poor people have been stuck watching me struggle for like an hour and a half. That doesn't sound like a fun way to spend a day. Okay, so we have, because I have more work to do today and a meeting, so I've got about 15 minutes. What can I do in 15 minutes to make this image less shit? Opinions, go. Oh, you sent me a link on Twitter. Thank you. I don't want it to crop up on the main monitor though, so I'll move this one to there. Show in folder. The rest of my stuff as well. And I suppose I should make sure I've got the right thing selected. Is this a, what do you call it, an environment map? Oh, it doesn't matter. It's still look perfectly fine, won't it? Nice. Very nice. Does look a lot better than my dodgy texture, so we'll feed that in to there. Yeah. That's perfectly fine. I like it. Cool. I think the only chance now of making this look even vaguely decent is to start playing around in the compositor for the last 10 minutes. So that's what we're going to do. There's so much more I wanted to do. I really wanted to work on the surface and do some really cool texturing, and that just hasn't happened in the slightest. Not even a little bit. It just looks shit. I'm so sorry. It looks fine. It's awesome. I like it. Okay, so compositing. Make it look less shit, please. Why isn't there a button for that? Seems like a button people would pay for. Um, just right. Okie dokie. Let's have a little play with the old color balance for a start. If you're using Filmic, which I am, always make sure you use the offset power slope and not the lift gamma. That's something I learned a little while ago. I would lie and say I know why. I don't. Okay, I'm going to go medium high contrast. And we kind of want to go cold, don't we? Do you reckon a slightly colder sort of look? So in this mode, you on the middle channel anyway, you subtract for colder. Ooh, cold. We don't want that cold. But just a little chillier of a look, I think. Oh, that fucking... You know what? I'm losing the atmosphere. I'm getting rid of it. I don't like it. I'm done. It wasted half the stream, and it just looks shit. I don't like it. Which means there shouldn't be clouds, but who cares? Oh, don't crash on me now, please. Hmm. Maybe if I get a thick bit to cover that dodgy looking bit there. Hey! Good enough. Sorry. Oh, was it? I actually didn't really get into the whole DeviantArt thing. Um, I vaguely remember having a page for a while, like when I was really, really new to Blender, and my god awful, like terrible first year kind of renders went up on DeviantArt. I think, if memory serves me, long before I went by Blender bit. Why are there spacey dots here? What's going on? Oh well, not got time to fix it now. So compositing. Ooh, yeah, that looks better. I like it. Okay, now let's do the old cheaty glare shite. Because why wouldn't you, I guess? And we just want to look at the result. Oh, this might actually this highlighted bit of light might actually fake our the effect that I was after earlier. It might do it for us. Nice. And lower the threshold to what, 7? Just gonna add that into the original image. See if that does anything for us. It definitely helps. I would have preferred to get this nice and glowy, which I could do with a mask, couldn't I? So if I take the glare, she just looks kind of cool glaring up the whole image, doesn't it? Cheat mode. You met on DeviantArt. That's it, Blended Pete. I'm banning you. Sorry, I just read back. That's it. You're gone. Stop being awkward. Nah. Yes, you're right, but we're kind of faking the atmosphere with glow. What is going on with this shit though? What the what the what? Oh, I don't care. I'm calling it stylized. That's what you do in it. It's stylized. Uh, yeah. Okay. Cool. I think I'm going to call that done because it's not turned out anywhere near as nice as I wanted, and loads of stuff that I wanted to spend time. But I was considering doing some sculpting to kind of to neaten up the booleans and more with the materials and the way the cutouts blend into the outside, and it just hasn't worked. But I guess that happens sometimes. Um, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna call that. Thank you to the. I'm guessing not too many. It seemed relatively quiet today, but the few people that did turn up, I massively appreciate it. Thank you. I will be continuing to do this weekly because I have to stay up till midnight for a meeting with a certain donut man late on a Wednesday. So yeah, this is my solution to making the evenings more interesting, doing some streaming. So if you've got any ideas of what would be a fun and hopefully easier topic than this one for next week, then let me know. But for now, I'll say goodbye and have a fun week. And I don't know how to turn this off. Like Holly from Red Dwarf. How do you turn this off then? Bye. I figured it out.